Hello. So we just got back from a beautiful day of skiing. We had 8 inches last night at the resort here close by. So we decided to take a day and go up there and enjoy the creation of the Lord. And so I was thinking today on my way back, and I've thought for a couple weeks now, a little more about polygamy. I think in the church in general, people haven't really thought about it much. Some have. I know on my mission I had come to a place where I felt comfortable with it. And then a few years ago I started studying it, and that was kind of the beginning of my journey. Because I knew what would happen once I posted my findings about it. So I wanted to share a couple little tidbits more. My first blog post I posted about polygamy, I was very, very nervous. I knew, like I said, I knew what it would lead to, and so I was very careful in what I shared. But one really important thing that I did not share was my findings historically. Everything I found out of Joseph's mouth and Emma's mouth was condemning polygamy. The quotes that I shared in my blog, and then up to a week before he was murdered, he was talking to Stephen Marks, the stake president, about excommunicating members of the 12 for practicing polygamy. And so I got to a point where I was 99% sure Joseph was totally against polygamy, and that he did not practice it. But I remember that I had a friend that worked for the church history department. So I called him up and I started telling him about these quotes, and come to find out he worked for Joseph Smith Papers, which was perfect because that's where I found these quotes by Joseph. So I started reading these quotes, and he stopped me a couple quotes in and said, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I know the quotes. I'm familiar with them. He's like, the church's stance on it is that Joseph said one thing in public and practiced another in private. And so that was really unsettling to me. I don't believe a prophet of God is a liar and that it's okay to lie for the Lord. Plus everything was so condemning that Joseph put out there against polygamy. And the scriptures that I had found were all against Joseph. The Lord had never commanded polygamy in scripture. Yes, patriarchs had practiced it, but like, for example, Abraham, it was... Sarai's idea to bring Hagar to him, as was the cultural custom. They couldn't figure it out in their minds how to have seed without number and fulfill the covenant the Lord had given them. And so they came up with that idea, which ended up being, a disaster. It still is. So, anyways, after he told me that, I started thinking about it. Like, really, if you believe the narrative the church teaches about Joseph Smith, you believe in a liar, an adulterer, and a fornicator, and a pedophile. That's the Joseph that the church teaches was on this earth. If you believe the Joseph that was real, that everything in his conduct, in his character, in his words, in his deeds, he was completely faithful to Emma. They had a beautiful relationship. He condemned, he was, like I said, excommunicating people that we're going against polygamy. I give more details in the blog post. And now there's plenty of other material out there too. Anyways, I thought it was a huge detail that the church knows. I mean, you go on their website, you look at polygamy, they've misquoted things. Saints, the book Saints has, I showed this on my blog too, they took out the word polygamy in the dialogue between John C. Bennett and Joseph Smith. John C. Bennett was a liar and an adulterer, and was going around Nauvoo seducing women, telling them that Joseph had confirmed it was okay to practice polygamy, and so these women went for that, and under the guise of Joseph's permission, he committed adultery multiple times. So then when Joseph confronted him about it, John C. Bennett admitted he didn't teach these things. And he listed off a bunch of things, and one of them was polygamy. And John C. Bennett said, "You're right, Joseph. You never did." Well, in the book Saints, the church took out the word polygamy. So again, they're trying to hide that. and create a false narrative of who Joseph was. So, I studied that for quite some time. In fact, I was so convinced that Jacob 2:30 was saying it was okay to practice polygamy. It took me about a year to finally figure out what that was really saying, as I compared it to other scripture. And the Lord basically just took the veil off my mind. And so a couple weeks ago, I was listening to a talk about Joseph's feelings on polygamy, and it was given by Whitney Horning. I'm going to post it in the description below. And as I listened to that talk, I wept at the end, because in 30 minutes, I think it was about 30 minutes, she condensed all this material very profoundly, systematically, and exonerated Joseph and Emma. And I know we're busy. People are super busy, and it's hard to make time to listen or read or watch video. This video, 30 minutes, if you really want to know what happened with polygamy and the church, this video is amazing. So I just wanted to lead you to that, and put that in the description, and let you go from there. I'm sure she has citations. I haven't checked. I'm familiar enough with the things that she shared that I know a lot of the citations, but I believe she has a document. I'll check that and I'll put it in the link as well. The citations to all the things that she shares, but she has a book as well called Joseph Smith Revealed, and she's definitely got it in there. So anyways, enjoy. Thanks.